Hey, this is Dr. Bonsai, and I am here to talk about the recent merger between Catalyst Game Labs and Ironwind Metals. I'm going to talk about Ironwind Metals and its background, the acquisition itself, the financial aspect of the transaction, as well as what it means for Ironwind and us as fans going forward. For context, you kind of have to know who Ironwind Metals are, especially if you are a newer Battletech fan. Originally called Ral Partha, founded in 1975, they made miniatures for various different scales, for fantasy, historical periods, and generic sci-fi stuff. Starting in 1984, they began to produce the original Battle Droids, which was the name given to Battletech before it changed its name to Battletech. This continued until 1999, when FASA, the predecessor to Catalyst Game Labs in a lot of ways, took sole ownership. Then FASA died in 2001. Ral Partha then spun off and was renamed to Ironwind Metals. Since that time, and for a long time until the recent Clan Invasion and Mercenaries Kickstarter, they were the only game in town if you wanted Battletech miniatures outside of 3D prints. Now, on May 9th of this year, Catalyst acquired full ownership from Mike Noe. I'm hopefully pronouncing that right. N-O-E is his last name. Who said he will remain involved, but he'll primarily be caring for his partner Melissa due to her health problems. So we have the background established and who the players are. So what about this acquisition? First and foremost, I'm a family man. I applaud Mike for doing right by his people in his life by opting to put them first instead of chasing the bag on this business. Hats off to him. I hope he has, goes with all the blessings in the world, and I hope his partner Melissa is well looked after. As for Catalyst Game Labs, they're adding another fairly substantial ball to the juggling act that they're performing. The pending delivery of the Leviathans Kickstarter that's almost 2.5 years old at this point, the random RPG Kickstarters they're starting to do, the Mercenaries Kickstarter, which is still lurching across the finish line in a lot of countries. They got a lot going on. The first question I had about this is, how did they pay for it? Did they buy it for pennies on the dollar? Maybe. Did Loren Coleman tap into his emergency porch fund? Probably. I'm not sure. Unless they got a capital injection via business loan or some other source, I doubt they paid cash for this transaction. Mind you, this is a company whose owner wrote a dissertation about how terrible the current economic situation is for game companies importing from China. Which makes me ask, well, which is it? Are you the little guy struggling to secure inventory from trapped in between these two global powers? Or are you doing well enough to snap up a valuable legacy company and increase your portfolio? Of course, the answer is never really going to be known because CGL is a privately held company and has no obligation to disclose its finances to us, unlike a publicly traded company like Games Workshop. Speaking of overseas, yay! Ironwind Metals is based here in the good old US of A. Victory Royale! Huzzah! Maybe. The last two Force manuals, House Davian and Korea, were actually printed in the United States. However, many miles from Battletech being made domestically. The big boxes, the rules inserts, the miniatures, the cardboard punch sheets, all made overseas. If you believe Loren Coleman, domestic manufacturing here in the US is prohibitively expensive. Unless you're Wargames Atlantic, the new best hobby company in their Zeo Genesis game, Monster Fight Club, Reaper Miniatures, but besides those, can't be done. Just not done, not doable. So, what about Ironwind Metals going forward? Where does that leave them? I think we can expect probably most reasonably the following. Ironwind continues making their miniatures for Battletech using 3D print files from CGL sculptors to give fans higher quality miniatures with options, different poses, different variants, all made here in the United States, which is great considering there's actually quite a few Star and Lance packs that are rare as rocking horse shit in the United States because they haven't gone through reprints. But we can also have some fun speculating maybe this is a toehold to start domestic manufacturing of maybe Silecast or even resin miniatures. In any case, I stress hope, that Ironwind Metals being under one roof is a good, healthy move, but I do not in any way trust CGL to manage it with any alacrity. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this content, drop me a like, subscribe, comment, all that good jazz. And I also have a Ko-Fi that's linked in the description. Anything that you can contribute helps. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks very much. You guys have a great day.